This week on Localish Life, we're visiting some of the most festive places on the planet.
It's been about 3 solid weeks to put everything up.
Uncovering the reason behind the season.
Last year, we helped over 100 children.
And letting loose with some winter fun. Because this week, we're celebrating the holidays. So we'll be talking to the locals and getting their take on what makes the final month of the year so magical. So come on in to learn what it means to eat, shop, and live like a local. This is Localish Life.
I know the holiday season has begun when I start to see the Christmas decorations, especially around my neighborhood.
When Christmas music starts the day after Thanksgiving.
The Christmas station, 93.9, switches over.
It gets cold, people get nicer, and my kids start asking for things.
Going to the store, I think, and seeing the first little bits of Christmas stuff on in the aisles is always the telltale sign.
Yeah.
When I gain a few extra pounds from Thanksgiving, that's what it is.
There are so many ways to tell that the holidays have arrived. For some of us, it's the weather. Others wear their festive spirit proudly. But there's one unmistakable sign that the season has arrived for many: bright lights. From cars and trains, trucks, to ugly sweaters and rescue dogs, holiday lights can put anyone in a festive spirit. This South Jersey family celebrated a big win on ABC's Great Christmas Light Fight last year. In New York, Timothy and Grace Gay's home in Unionville still holds the Guinness World Record for the most lights on a residential property. And you won't believe the largest drive-in light show in Illinois. There is no shortage of impressive holiday displays across the country. These homes have become literal beacons of light in their community. And none is a better representative than this dazzling home in Houston, Texas.
My wife calls me Hanukkah Harry. I joke around and say that, people can call me, I'm the Jewish Griswold. This is my favorite time of year. As a matter of fact, this morning we were actually listening to Christmas and Hanukkah music on the way to school. It's the festival of lights, it's the holidays, everybody's happy. I started getting attention, from the neighbors obviously, but 3-4 years ago. And I've had people from Israel and Canada. I got to sit with each one. They're coming here and hold to see their family, and they're like, their families are saying, hey, you have to stop by and look at this house. This is my dreidel that spins. I think probably over 1,000 people every year come by and see the lights. This is the Hanukkah house.
It looks like a big Hanukkah house.
The Hanukkah house.
Yeah.
Since I was a child, when my father did the lights, I was always like, it should be for both Jews and Christians or whoever. I really wanted to experience the traditions.
We started with a few strands, a few little decorations.
Just the roof, and then I started doing more. Every year, I would buy more and more decorations.
And next thing we knew, it was this kind of thing.
I just went to the store and bought a ton of lights.
Bill definitely puts a lot of time, love, and light into his house.
It takes me about 3 solid weeks to put everything up. I would think about 100 or so strands of lights. I couldn't even tell you how many bulbs I have. I always see the flaw.
He's constantly fixing and making sure they look perfect every year.
That bulb might be off. That strand might be a different shade of blue. I'm pretty neurotic. I think if you know me, I'm an all or nothing kind of guy.
It's not something you'll see daily, so I think it's just really special.
I like a big teddy bear.
I've wanted to tone it down. My kids and my wife are like, you can't. You're already embedded in this. There's too much. You can't go backwards.
I think it's important for especially Jewish kids to come see a house that's decorated for Hanukkah, because we see so much of the wonderful Christmas lights, which are beautiful and amazing, but we don't have anything we can relate to when it comes to Judaism and Hanukkah during this season. So I think what the Grossmans are doing at the Hanukkah house brings just a little extra light to what we're celebrating at home. Kind of hilarious to see how many people come to our street just to press the button to turn on the music and watch everything dance, and it's really fun to watch people doing a little jig or a little hora themselves.
Around till 10:30 at night, you hear the music button go off.
every year someone asks, what are you going to do next year? What are you going to do next year? So I end up doing, it's always the same concept. I always add like maybe an extra inflatable, or I'll make another, I have to hand make a lot of my decorations, so I'll make something new every year.
I think it's really important because it's a family tradition that we've always done, and I think that just like shows like what we do, and I think it's like special.
To be honest, what I hope for, I want more families, Jewish families, to hang lights or put an inflatable out. That's what my ultimate goal out of all this. I just want to spread the joy, have other families do what I do. You don't have to go to this extent, but growing up, I was always jealous. I wanted the lights, I wanted the Christmas tree, but we could do that too.
Lights aren't the only way to decorate for the holidays. Sometimes we can get a little caught up, transforming our homes into our own little winter wonderlands, like this Santa-obsessed home in Wilmington, Delaware.
100, 200, 300, 400, 500. Well, I have the Santa collection that I started back in 1992. I counted them yesterday. In the house right now is 586 Santas. Welcome to Santa's Wonderland. Come October, I'm like, Santa will be here soon. I can't wait for Santa to get here. He's happy. He's got a great face. He's always smiling. He brings joy to people. I just love Santa. They all mean something. It's not just a Santa. A lot of memories, a lot of love. This was my sister's. She passed away. The guy on the coffee table, he was given to my mother when she was pregnant with my brother. 64 years? And that was back in 1959. This is my mom and Santa, so they're two of my favorite people. It's a process. It takes me about 8 hours. My husband helps, God love him. He's the one that buys me the most. And it's not just this room. The dining room's done, the kitchen's done, the hallway's done. So many gifts and so many memories of things that people have given me over the years. Friends and family that come on Christmas Eve night, and I like to share it with people. I like people to enjoy it. I hope they leave here in the spirit, in the Christmas spirit. I hope it helps them if they're feeling down and they want a little bit of an uplift. I like to make people smile. It brings me joy. And after I'm all done, I come out here and I sit. And I just look around. It's very calming just to sit here and look. I don't need all this, but it makes me happy, very happy, to sit here and see all my Santas and ho, ho, ho. This is me.
Coming up, we'll discover why this Philly home receives letters from kids in need.
10 years old, and for Christmas I want a toy called Mini Brands. Some of the kids don't realize that they are in need and they're asking for a bike and a TV. And the other ones, they don't want anything for themselves, but they want sheets for their sister's bed.
And get ready to ring in the new year on Localish Life.
The best gift I ever got was my old art teacher in high school. She got me this really fancy pen.
My grandmother passed away in 2018, so I got this snow globe with her picture in it, and it means a lot to me. So that probably was the best one.
The homemade gifts that my kids give me from school. They're my treasures. I would rescue them in a house fire. Kids, maybe not, but I would rescue what they made me.
When the Nintendo DS came out, and I got it for Christmas when I was a kid. When I got that pink DS, I still have it today.
The holidays are the season of giving, and whether delivered by land, air, or sea, getting the perfect gift can warm any soul. But the best gifts don't always fit in a box. Sometimes giving back can feel better than getting a gift. So when this Philly organization started getting letters to Santa, they answered the call, delivering joy to families in need.
The Dear Santa Society really makes Christmas a reality for families who otherwise wouldn't have a Christmas.
Dear Santa,
We answer letters that families send who truly need our help.
I'm 10 years old, and for Christmas I want a toy called Mini Brands. Some of the kids don't realize that they are in need and they're asking for a bike and a TV. And the other ones, they don't want anything for themselves, but they want sheets for their sister's bed. And I also want a reindeer jumper for sleeping.
We're still answering the letter as Santa and the elves.
It's shopping, wrapping, and then delivering. This little boy says, I want a cop car and a fire car and a helicopter.
Some families, they ask for a sleeping bag. They're sleeping on a floor. And just to hear that a child sleeps on the floor could just break your heart.
She wants LOL toys, a Christmas book, an Eagle toy, and Legos.
They're not asking for these iPads or computers. They're really just asking for essentials for a child.
It's our 31st season. Jim, who is our founder, he saw something on the news about how postal workers buy for families when they get Dear Santa letters. So he got money from friends and family, 8 families that he helped that year. And then it just grew from there.
Last year, we helped over 100 children and over 35 families.
They must send a letter. Some of the letters from the kids are very emotional.
It's pretty gut-wrenching what you hear with these stories. They have a mother who might be incarcerated. They have a father who might be out of the picture for the time being. These children, they have it tough and by no choice of their own. Christmas gifts just wouldn't be a priority because it's really not a necessity for them.
You've taken a big weight off their shoulders because they're worrying about paying bills.
They deserve to have a Christmas. They deserve to have happiness. They deserve just those few toys. The number of families that we can help depends on the donations that we receive. It's an operation, to say the least. We have a shopping team, we have a wrapping team, and then we have our group sorting all the food. You really do feel like an elf. You knock on their door, you have everything.
When they deliver, it's bags of clothing, toys, and a bin of food.
Christmas isn't just about gifts. It's about spending time with your family. It's about having a meal together.
It's God bless you. Oh, thank you so much.
And seeing how grateful people are, how joyous the kids are. When you got little kids jumping around.
You can just see their face light up. You know, everything's wrapped, of course, so they don't know what it is, but they're happy that they're going to get to open something under the tree.
So we have to write a tag.
We really do rely solely on donations.
Think of all the things you do for your own children. So if you just took 1/10 of what you do for your own children and do it for somebody else, bring a little joy into a family.
It's really indescribable.
Coming up on Localish Life.
Hey guys, it is Ryan Seacrest here. I am super excited to be in New York City with you on the biggest night of the year for New Year's Rockin' Eve as we count it down into 2025. Please join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. See you there.
With every holiday season also comes the end and start of a new year. Let's reminisce on a year filled with moments we won't forget. Some we'll remember fondly for a lifetime. Others, let's just say we're glad they're over. But one thing you can always count on is starting the new year with the biggest party of the year.
Hey guys, it is Ryan Seacrest here. I am super excited to be in New York City with you on the biggest night of the year for New Year's Rockin' Eve as we count it down into 2025. Please join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. See you there.
Since the 70s, Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve has celebrated in Times Square, with millions of people tuning in to watch the famous ball drop at midnight. Across the country, many have put their own spin on this iconic tradition, while others have their own unique ways of ringing in the new year.
Happy New Year!
In honor of 2024 coming to an end, we hit the streets to hear about your favorite New Year's Eve traditions.
I'm so tired by the time New Year's Eve rolls around. We go down to Houston every New Year's Eve, and my best friend and I have gone to the same restaurant and ordered the same meal. They're known for their strawberry pie, and we always get their strawberry pie.
It's our first New Year together, and we got engaged at the top of the Empire State Building last night, so it's going to be our special first Christmas together and our special first New Year together.
We're going to a masquerade ball, so in a cathedral in the UK.
Playing games, everyone else is drinking, I don't drink, telling stories that we've heard 100 times, and it's a good time.
I usually stay home in the house with the kids until the ball drops. Then I put them to bed and I am out to party.
We get 10 grapes and they're green, the best, the freshest you can buy, a little glass of champagne, and we all stand together. The ball drops, we watch it on TV, and we each take a grape at a time, and do our wishes.
My siblings and I will write down all of our goals or things that we did the past year and things that we didn't like, things we want to change, and then we have a little bonfire where we burn them.
What we do in New Year's Eve in Taiwan, we will go to this famous 101, Taipei 101 tower and see fireworks there.
We just usually just get together with family, and we always we always make these fortune cookies dipped in white chocolate. Sounds really weird, but it works.
I actually watch all of Star Wars every Christmas and New Year's. Like I sit down and go through them all.
Like watching The Wizard of Oz with my siblings with Pink Floyd over the background. We do that every New Year's.
We like get something from, I guess, every holiday throughout the year, and we like set it up in the living room table, and like I just have like the ball drop, eat a bunch of desserts.
I'm a native New Yorker and I've never been to Times Square, but we do stay home and watch the ball drop.
My mother's 93. She's got to watch Dick Clark or Ryan Seacrest now and stay up till midnight every night and dance life away. That's what she does.
I actually like watching the countdown, but not outside in Times Square. So in the living room where it's warm and I get to see all of the angles and all of the performances. Ryan Seacrest is always so fun to watch.
Oh, Kojo! Oh my gosh, Kojo. I am so excited for New Year's Ball Drop this year to see Cody Johnson and Rita Ora. Kojo is like a big inspiration, honestly, and he makes such good music, and it's kind of attractive, so like, it's a bonus, there's a bonus.
Join Ryan Seacrest in Times Square on December 31st for Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve on ABC. Coming up, we'll take a look at what winter means across the country and visit one place determined to bring a winter wonderland to Texans every year on Localish Life. There are so many beautiful traditions during the holidays, from bringing festive cheer to lighting the largest menorah in America, and maybe the only one in space. There's nothing better than spending time with loved ones during the holidays, even if that means winter looks a little different, like Santa soaking up some warm rays at sea, bringing snowmen to the sand, or finding creative ways to make a winter paradise, even though it's 100 degrees.
I think you would have to agree that everything is actually bigger and better in Texas. Our Iceland exhibit is one of a kind. With this record warm summer, it is so nice to walk into this tent and actually experience what winter could feel like if you lived anywhere but Texas. Rainforest Holiday is one that's near and dear to our hearts just because we have our Rainforest Pyramid. It's such a neat and immersive way for people to experience what they see in our pyramids every day and actually get to see it come to life in these beautiful ice structures. So today we're here giving you guys kind of a behind the scenes look at Iceland. We bring in 30 ice carvers from Harbin, China, and they are some of the most skilled in the world. They come down here and in 45 days and 1,100 hours, they carve this masterpiece. So I think their job would be so cool, except for that it is so cool. Within the Rainforest Holiday Iceland, you'll see sculptures of all sizes. Some are lifelike and they're almost true to size. So our saki monkeys are a little bit bigger than they are in our rainforest. Our crown pigeons, the smallest one, is pretty comparable to our crown pigeons in our rainforest. But some of these things are incredible. This pyramid obviously is just about a 1-story, but we have a Mayan temple in the back that looks to be about 3 stories if I had to guess. So it's so grand. The entrances and the transitions that take you from room to room are just incredible. This year we have this beautiful tunnel for guests to walk through, and it really just makes it a very immersive experience. So Iceland's been here at Moody Gardens since 2014. It was inspired by an annual festival that's held in Harbin, China, and we brought it here in 2014. So you'll see everything from, we've got forklifts that move the ice around. These guys use chainsaws, they use the chipping tools, they use the big grabbers like you used to use in the old days to grab the ice blocks. These guys really work with their hands. They don't have anything fancier than what most of us have in our garage, and they make such beautiful creations out of it. It absolutely steals the show. It's so much fun to watch parents become kids again and slide down the ice slide with their little ones. Every year is a new year at Moody Gardens at Iceland. These artists, they'll never create the same artwork twice, right? So this is true artistry. It's different every time, and it's just a really fun experience. The Iceland slide with my kids and the hot cocoa that you get after when you walk out of Iceland, those are some of my kids' favorite traditions that we do every year.
I think the most important thing about the holidays is traditions, and traditions that you share with your family and when everyone's all together enjoying each other.
The most important thing I try to remember is the good times that I had with family members that's gone. And that makes me happy instead of sad. You know, think about memories, the good times.
Be kind, you know, give back to others.
It's not about the gifts or the parties or anything like that. It's just to enjoy time with friends and family.
It's not about yourself, it's all about family and being happy.
Patience. Patience is virtue.
Honestly, the holidays about people. As long as you're with the good people and you're happy, that's all that matters.
It's about being thankful for what you have and also an opportunity to give to others.
Like spending time and making those warm memories and doing all the fun things that you don't usually get to do during the year.
It's just not about myself. It's about showing my love and care for those that I love, but then also for my community.
Love everybody. Enjoy your time here. It's a great ride.
The gifts are great, but it's not always about the gifts. I think I love sending holiday cards, not cards, but like emails and texts, just like, I haven't seen you all year. Hi, happy Christmas.
Remember what the holidays are for. It's bigger than just you or I. It's more, and I'm a believer, so Christ is the reason for the season. So that's my biggest remembrance.
'Tis the season to be jolly.
I think spending time together as a family and making memories.
I feel like in the holiday season we're kinder, but I feel like we need to do that all year round. And that's what I teach my kids at least, to be kind all year round, but definitely in the winter.
To be grateful for everything you have, you know, friends, family.
Aw, that's a good answer. That's an amazing answer. I love it.